Hi everyone. Uh, Thanks for joining me for this live stream, this very important live stream. Wow, we have 111 likes already, 111, 240 people watching. Thanks for joining me. This is a very important live stream that we are doing. And I will be describing to you how the power pyramid is crumbling for the four elitist families in South Africa and how that can't make us rest because it just means that they work for the global puppeteers and their usefulness for the global puppeteers is basically running out. And it's going to be very interesting to see how things play out at this stage, but I'm going to cover quite a bit with you, and I really want to welcome you. There's many of you in this live stream. Um, and it's great to have you on. It's the 27th, so I think it's 4 days from year end, yes. And so yeah, it's great to be with you. And Thursday evening at 8 o'clock, I'll be doing a live stream with the members again. And there will be two more members' videos that I'll put out this year specifically. I want to welcome the new members. Hi, Pietro. She's been a member for 4 months now. Uh, Thanks so much for joining us. Okay, we have over 300 people now. I'm going to get cracking. I'm sure the people will grow as we go along. And it's important that you share this video with your friends and family. This is for everybody. So anyone is welcome here. And I I'm going to get stuck in straight away. We're almost at 400 people now. Ureta, member for 7 months. It's the first seven month membership that I see. So well done, Jureta. You must have signed up right at the beginning. Hi, Daphne, Carol. Okay, wow, we have over 400 people in the stream now. Let's get cracking. Jacques, 6 months. Awesome. So I said right at the beginning that the power pyramid is starting to crumble for the four families that run the country. When I started my Double O Days tour across the country, and for those of you that don't know, I toured the country for a year and a half with my family. I had face-to-face meetings with people, with over 8,000 people in over 300 meetings. I mean, that has grown now to a lot more than that. But I could face-to-face speak to people, give them detailed information, and they could see how the things that I started speaking about last year in May and June, how they are starting to pan out. And that is why this channel has grown to over 37,000 subscribers. And wow, we have over 500 people now. Welcome to all the new members and all the channel members. And if you want to join as a channel member, just click join underneath the video and become a part of that community. And you can go and watch all the content right there. It's really awesome to see all of you here. And so we have the four families that was discussed in the Double O Days meetings, the families that were instrumental in creating the paradigm in South Africa to implement the Bavarian Illuminati plan, the plans of Adam Weishaupt. And if you actually look at the structure of the Weishaupt plans, then you will see that it is there to fool the average Joe soap in society. They will think it's absolutely beautiful, wonderful. We're going to remove crime. We're going to remove violence. We're going to remove all of these terrible things. And in the end, they are now literally people doing questionnaires and doing polls and asking people, would you like not to have a government? Would you actually like a committee to run your life if they can provide you all the things that you want? And 60% of the people that were polled or asked these questions said yes, absolutely. We don't care about a government at all. We don't care about a democracy at all. We don't want to vote. These people can run our lives as long as we get a house, schooling, service delivery, and all these other things. Now, I want you to see how the narrative was built to get people to this point, because this was always the plan. And I said this since this channel started in last year, in May, when I said the plan is for all governments around the world to be removed, and anyone fighting for governments to be removed worldwide are batting for the evil team. And a lot of people will think, no, but this is a wonderful thing. Think again. because this is how you will be deceived. Carmen, thank you so much. This is how you will be deceived, and it's a beautiful deception. And most of the what a lot of people call the sheeple out there, I just call them misinformed people, or people that don't understand the big picture, won't be able to see or understand how they are bamboozled to a point where not only they will lose all their freedom, but the entire generations after them. Well, we almost have 700 people watching. Please keep on sharing this link so we can get more people to watch this video, because this content is vitally important. This is how I start my double O Days meetings, where I talk to the people about a plan to remove all governments in the world and to implement a one world government with a one world leader, and the one world religion that will exist at the time will be to worship that leader. There will be no other religions. Christianity will cease to exist. Islam will cease to exist. Buddhism will cease to exist. Any other thing will cease to exist in their plan. But we're not going to allow it. Okay? It's as simple as that. But understand that this is the plan. And you need to see through the people that have been orchestrating this plan, the people that have laid the foundations for this plan, especially in South Africa. And in the thumbnail for this video, you will see Harry Oppenheimer, his son, Nicky Oppenheimer, center in the picture. And next to them, you will see Chris de Wiese and Koos Becker. And then you will see Johan Rupert speaking to Cyril Ramaphosa. And Cyril Ramaphosa is not the most important person in the picture. He is the puppet that's being used right now to implement their plans. And once you understand that, and my video on Cyril Ramaphosa is the most watched video, Harry Oppenheimer took him as a young protege and trained him for this work to implement this new world order in South Africa. And I will explain to you how this whole plan of theirs is now starting to crumble. Their little world is starting to crumble. And why? But why you need to be cautious? Because it means that their puppet masters are starting to feel like they're on top of things, that they don't need these people anymore, that they can push these people aside, and how they don't even need large corporations like Naspers anymore. They don't need to use them as tools anymore. As they become more globalized in what they're doing, they don't need localized large corporations. You don't need the big ShopRite and Checkers anymore. Chris de Wiese has done his work. He's almost with his 1 foot in the grave, and now they will just say, sorry, dude, we don't need you. Thank you for everything you've done to implement our plan by making people rely on your shops instead of growing food in their back gardens. Thank you for putting PEP all over Africa to make sure that people don't make their own clothes. Thank you very much. The same with Johan Rupert. He never served on the committee of 300. Nicky Oppenheimer does. Why did the Ruperts never get that power? And the irony is that the questionnaire being put out there is for a committee to run the country. Don't you find that interesting? Now, if they would reveal that there is a committee of 300 people, the Queen is in charge of the committee, and all the royalty around the world, and all these other people, these wonderful people that are going to save the planet from climate change and COVID-19 and what knows else, how many people will fall for that governance structure? The shadow new world order, one world government. Who will fall for that? Many people will fall for it. And I want you to understand that although this pyramid is crumbling for the power families in South Africa, all it's telling us is that the world order is transitioning to a new phase where they need to get things ready for 2025 and where they need to get things ready for 2030. The Agenda 2030 is clear, and they will lead out the narratives to drive that end plan like you cannot believe. And 2022 is not going to be any different. But they are running into problems, especially in South Africa. They put some of the most effective families in charge of running things in this country. If you look at someone like Christo Wiese, he was a financial advisor to all the presidents for decades. Why would he be the financial advisor to our past presidents? Why would he be the financial advisor to Nelson Mandela, to Thabo Mbeki? Not Jacob Zuma, because he wouldn't fall for that. But Cyril Ramaphosa, why would they have financial advisors like that? Why would they have an advisor like Trevor Manuel and actually put him as the Minister of Finance? And then he goes and serves the Rothschilds Foundation. Why would people like that literally be empowered in the country, used as useful tools? And why do people not understand that our country has been run by the Rothschilds for more than a century? Not these four families, by the Rothschild family. They don't need money or political power to achieve that. They have world power. They use money only as a tool, a means to an end. That end has instructions from another dimension. It doesn't come directly from us, from some dude standing somewhere saying, oh, I think it's a good idea to create this utopia. We're going to build smart cities everywhere. We're going to teach kids to be slaves in our financial system, the Rothschild financial system. Don't give the man that amount of credit. He was taught meticulously how to do this. He was taught meticulously how to do this. We are not dealing with idiots leading these world elites in their charge to take control of our lives. So, why do I say that the pyramid is crumbling for the Ruperts, for the Cyril Ramaphosa's, who's just a protege of the Oppenheimers, for the Beckers, who runs Naspers and Tencent and many other companies that are creating technology to take your child's freedom away, to give them this utopia, this electronic utopia, where they won't set foot on grass anymore or anything that holds life, where they will live in concrete jungles and wear Google glasses, where they will be in the metaverse, a new reality that they will call freedom, where there is no more representatives elected by people. It is all a farce. It was always a farce. And people, unfortunately, didn't only fall for it then, they are still falling for it today. So why is the empire crumbling? Because there's a counter narrative to everything that they've sung over the years. Every addictive thing, every piece of mineral that they've removed out of the ground, everything they've done against us, people have taken notice. They didn't have a voice before, but a pandemic came along that made it possible for people to say, listen, yeah, I've had enough of this. I'm now going to speak out. And it's not just me. There are many people around the world doing this. Thousands and thousands of people. And in South Africa, there are many people with YouTube channels like me, speaking a different narrative to the mainstream media. And this is why the world is crumbling. Because people that are searching for truth is not searching for it in the mainstream media anymore. The people that have always believed the mainstream media are still believing the mainstream media. But they are not searchers for truth. Those are people that just want the news and they believe it blindly. The people that are searching for truth is not searching for it in mainstream media anymore. They are looking for it in alternative news channels. Wow, we have over 900 people watching. Please share this video. Click the bell icon so you can get notifications. And make sure to share this video. Like and share this video so more people can watch it. What is important now is there's two sides in the opposition against mainstream media. Those that believe that we can achieve this change to fight this New World Order narrative and fight this global enemy, that we can achieve this in the current political system. So they are on one side. Then you have the people that have realized that we need to change the political system. We cannot fight this global enemy in a system they created to oppress us, so that we cannot fight them. I mean, it makes logically no sense. So that's the first thing I want you to be able to distinguish. Anyone that is fighting the mainstream media but believe that we can do it in the current political system, they are delusional. They need help. And hopefully we can convince these people to come to our side and realize that we need system change, even if they might not agree with how it's done. But we need to directly elect our leaders, and we cannot divide our country further in any way, shape, or form, because this is the Bavarian Illuminati plan that was created many years ago. And since the Bavarian Illuminati was disbanded, and when they were banned by the Bavarian government and all the members fled all over the world, that plan continued because the ideology, the doctrine of the Bavarian Illuminati was so strong because it served what they called the greater good. For the betterment of mankind, the greater good ideology has to be the main doctrine in the world. We will teach it in primary school, high school, university, wherever. We're going to teach it to your child, and the people that don't believe that they must relinquish their freedom, we will get their kids to do it for them. So your child is going to be used and is being used against you right now. If your child is in any schooling system right now, they are being indoctrinated to turn against you. This is not only the plan, it has been the plan for a very long time. Now, why are these four men losing a grip on the country, and why is Cyril Ramaphosa in a situation right now where he is starting to play a very different game? All of you would have seen the news article that came out about quarantining, where they said stop tracing and quarantining of contacts. Okay, and they made this decision in the MAC. And then later an announcement was made that all quarantining will be stopped immediately within South Africa, that the majority of people have already had the disease, and that now people must just live with the disease because the majority of people in the country have had it and we can deal with it. Why such a massive shift? Why has our government made such a massive shift? Why did Cyril Ramaphosa not allow NEDLAC to roll out mandates over the holiday period? Why did he make such a massive shift? Why did he decide that NEDLAC must approach the Constitutional Court in the new year for mandates? It's because he's not driving it. And he is growing a conscience. That's what the evidence is telling me. Something has shifted massively, which means one simple thing, that these people that were backing and forcing him before, funding him and all the rest, they have thrown him under the bus. And I think he feels the heat right now because they themselves are realizing that they are being thrown under the bus. They are not being backed by these global, larger than life entities anymore. And they must be thinking, wow, we worked our butts off for these global elites all this time, and we don't want to be thrown under the bus. So most of them are just going to withdraw from the country because they have the finances to do so. But there's a catch. What if the finances that they have, the assets that they have, the money that they have in fiat currency is under threat and they know it? What if they know that soon their money will be worth nothing and that they won't be welcome in this country anymore? Because I can tell you there's many people that will chase them out of the borders of this country. So they are feeling the pressure. I can guarantee you that right now. People like the editor, chief editor for News 24, Adrian Basson, is feeling the pressure heavily right now because there's alternative YouTube channels, not mine, others, attacking him heavily. And they are feeling the pain. I can tell you that now. And what we have started more than a year and a half ago is escalating into something that's making South Africa unlivable for those four families that have been controlling things for so long. And soon their ship cannot be plugged anymore, and the bilge pumps cannot pump the water out fast enough, and their ships are sinking. The foundation of their pyramid isn't there anymore because we are the foundation, and we have said to them, stuff off. We're not interested in what you are forcing on us. It is over. We are done. In this country, South Africa, we are done. And now they are panicking and they don't know what to do. And you can see that panic through Cyril Ramaphosa's action. So I will be very keenly showing you and highlighting to you the things that he has done in the past couple of weeks that show clearly that power shift happening. Where is that power shift going? It's going to us. It's going to us because we are the people. And a lot of people don't quite understand what that means. However, the world and global elites that control these families, they are going to become desperate themselves, and they have many cards they can play. So the Council of 13 Families that run the Committee of 300 are going to start throwing out bold moves and bold testers, like what is happening in Ukraine, like what is happening with Taiwan, the threats from China, the threats against Australia, the threats against the Commonwealth. Think about what is happening in the US, where they are split down the middle. It's a perfect recipe for the creation of a disaster so big, a worldwide crisis, where they can make the people of the world beg for that one world government and that committee to run the world instead of local governments with elected officials. Have we gone mad to even consider that we don't have people that represent us? We have to create that new system. It is vital that we do that. We have to have a system where we directly elect our leaders, where we throw out this Westminster system, the British system, and create a new one from scratch. If we don't do that, we are toast. And we have to do it fast. So because they are moving rapidly, and don't be fooled by this new coalition that the DA has started. They are the New World Order in action. They are creating the new order amongst us. Don't fall for the buffoonery. Anyone that wants to relinquish your freedom for comfort is your enemy. Because once they've taken all that power, for themselves, they will never relinquish it again. And I'll never forget when I had a meeting with Helen Ziller, and it was a 3-hour-long meeting, and she said to me, I need the power to change the country. I need the power. And I thought, my word, how about people that are well taught, that are well trained, that can look after themselves? How about anything like that? No. She knows that in the current system, she needs power, votes that empower her and her party, not the people. Because we don't elect our leaders. And you need to ask yourself, why don't we elect our leaders? Why don't we elect our president? Why don't we elect our MPs? Why don't we elect our mayors? And why don't we elect our councillors? Why? Why do they elect the MPs in Britain but not here? There's a reason for it. Because we had to be the slaves for the entire foolery that makes us believe we live in a democracy. When the Oppenheimers are pillaging, when the Rothschilds are the major shareholder, all the mineral wealth of this country and sending it to the United Kingdom and to the US to make sure that those are two of the world's strongest superpowers. Because all the superpowers in the world, to a lesser extent Russia and China, have become superpowers off the backs of this country. So how can they allow us to be strong? They don't want us to be strong. They want us to be weak. If the Queen made us strong, goodness gracious, we could clap Britain 6 love any day. So why would you do that? The Rothschilds who run Britain made sure that our constitution is so pathetic that they can control us completely in the name of, shame, you're going to lose your life or you're going to become very sick or whatever the case may be. If there's a threat to your life, your government has full power under the current constitution to control your life. And many people will be challenging that perception in court. And it's going to be interesting to see how it ends up. It's going to be very interesting to see how it ends up. And there's so many people out there that yap, and say, we are going to take this to court. This is unconstitutional. I laugh at you. You're an idiot. Really. Take it to court. Take whatever you believe the government and these global leaders are breaking with regards to the constitution. Take it to the Concord and see what those judges say. See what they say. Don't yap, do it. I want to see you do it. Groot Becker. And you know who you are. You have people like Reino de Beer that have actually gone to court, have actually won a case, and have actually got shafted afterwards. That is real. Because I have actually filmed those court proceedings. I've actually live streamed them. It's real. It's not fake. And then you can see how the legal system operates. And I want to thank people like Reino for doing real work, not fake work, because we cannot have fakery and people sitting there with their lacquer hairstyles talking twak to the people of the country. When global elites want to control every facet of your life, even the water you drink. On Thursday night, when I speak to the members on this channel, I will be discussing some of the documents that I've been looking at. And the last 2 documents have very revealing information in them. That comes from my father's estate that was sent to him by an agent from Canada. Water is a key focus. These global elites don't want you to have any right or access to water. None. Read Agenda 2030. When they speak of equity, they mean that they will distribute the water. They will decide what is equitable. Do you want that to happen here in this country? I'm not going to allow that to take place, and I don't believe that the people in this country are going to allow it to take place. And we need to make life so unbearable for them that they just leave us alone and stuff off. Take their good, pack it in a plane and bugger off out of the country, because that is what we need. We do not need those people here. We need them gone. So Christo Wiese, Johan Rupert, Nikki Oppenheimer, Cyril Ramaphosa, I'll include you too, because you haven't come out and spilled the beans yet. Take your bags and leave. Leave the country. Then, let's not forget Naspers, Mr. Koos Becker, a company that has gone and literally sold the people of the country out to technology that can control not only how they think, but what they want to buy, how they feel, their emotions, the media that you manipulate, News 24 being the most prominent of those. Shame on you. Pack your bags too and leave the country. We don't want you here. There's only one way that you can come clean, and that's to open your mouth and spill the beans on what's been going on. But I actually believe that you believe that what you're doing is good to save us. No, it's good to save you. And now it's backfiring. So I don't know how much longer you are going to cope once we, the people on the ground, start dismantling your businesses, not just from within, but from without, and withdraw from the system, where you will have no more fiat currency to sustain yourself. Because South Africans are resilient. We have lived through a lot. We have experienced a lot. And we are not fooled by people that say that we were instrumental in stopping apartheid. What's stopping of apartheid? People are still segregated, separated, and all sorts of things. Through finances, through religions, through all sorts of things. People are separated deliberately. Apartheid is everywhere. When people pass on, all of a sudden, eulogies fly out everywhere. They ended apartheid. Twak story. Nothing has changed in this country. We were fooled because people wrote laws on pieces of paper. They wrote a constitution that's not worth the paper it's written on. They wrote a Bill of Rights. It's not worth the paper it's written on. Because there were Trojan horses built into those documents that will take your freedom away. And it has taken your freedom away. Because it's given politicians the right to do that, to protect your life. That is why. And that is why we need a new political system. A completely new political system. There is nothing else that will do, and we need these cronies out of this country. They need to get out. They can't stay here. Unless they want to spill the beans and join us. But it's going to take a lot for them to convince me that they actually believe in freedom. Because their entire lives they've spent taking our freedoms away. In the name of consumerism. Because they'll say, no, but I imported all these nice phones for you from China. I got all of these wonderful consumables for you. But they don't tell you, but I also force you to work from 9 to 5 every single freaking day so that you can have a holiday time over Christmas. And now we're going to take your Christmas away too. Oh no, let's give you a nice Christmas this year, but next year it is the freaking end. Because in the US, we will have a little manger laid out in one US state. And then we will go and we'll put a statue of Baphomet next to it and see, how does the people respond to this? How do they respond to us putting a satanic symbol, a baby Baphomet, next to Jesus laying in a manger? Let's see how people respond. And then we get people that call themselves religious that say, oh, mark yourself my frick. It's all right. Let's not protect life. It's okay. If someone doesn't want to live anymore, they can just kill themselves. And I don't want to continue with that because then this video will probably be removed. But just understand how the mainstream media is subverting people out there and how the narrative is split in two on the people that are fighting this mainstream narrative. Those that believe we can remain in the current system, they need to grow up. And those that know that we need to change the system. I at least want most people to get to that side so that they understand that you cannot stay in the system that these freaking idiots created. We have to change it. There is no other way. And we still need a form of people that represent us in the world. This is important because if we don't, we are playing in the one world government's hands. Do you want to be a part of that game? The moment you want the country to be split into pieces, you are a part of that game. Do you want to be a part of that game? You need to make up your mind. I really want to thank the 1,250 odd people that are watching now. Thank you for coming on the 27th of December on a public holiday to watch this live stream. And I really want you to share this with your friends and family. Because when we start this new year, like I've mentioned before, it is going to be like a sprint at the beginning of a marathon before we get into our stride. And if we don't sprint, we won't get ahead. It's going to be tough as nails. And those of you that aren't fit to fight for everything you've got, get fit. I've asked you now to get water, food for 3 months, to fill your gas supply so you have energy. I'm asking you now to get fit. Get fit in next year as fast as you can. I don't care how old you are, whether you have to walk with a kitty or whether you have to sit in your lounge and move up and down in a chair. Get fit. Not just fit in your body, but fit in your mind. And I'm speaking to myself. Set yourself goals and targets to get disciplined and get fit. And what I mean by fit is that you are able to move great distances or be able to get someone else to help you to do the same. Get fit as fast as you can. I really want to thank you for joining this live stream. I don't want to keep you for much longer. It was really wonderful having you all with me. And I want you to, those of you that want to join us, you can click join underneath this video, become a member of this channel, and join us for the live stream on Thursday, where I'll be sharing 2 very important documents with you, covering it with you in detail so that you can understand why we need to get fit. And after that, we will prepare ourselves for every eventuality, every and any eventuality. That is what next year is going to be about. So I hope by now you have your 3 months food and water storage ready. And this is not a prepping thing. This is you being self-reliant, and that you have energy, that you have some gas storage or some form of energy to be able to keep you going for a long period of time, at least 3 months. And once you have that, get fit. Get fit. Whatever that means for you. I'm not going to prescribe to anyone what that means. Those that are the fittest will survive. It's that simple. Thank you very much for watching this live stream. I look forward to speaking to you on Thursday again. There will be some videos that will come out before then. But Thursday night at 8 o'clock, the last live chat with the channel members. You can join by clicking the join button underneath this video. Become a part of a community of over 960 people that are making sure that they are self-reliant. And hopefully now we will all join each other in becoming fit. Thank you very much. Till the next video.